What's going on, everyone? How are we doing on this Thursday afternoon? How we doing? I got a little bit for you going on today, but just because it was so fun and went so well last week, I wanted to do another unscripted um, because there was so much engagement, not just from other fellow creators and friends. And I got one waiting backstage right now, so I'm really excited to bring him in. I know he's on a tight schedule today, but at the same time, the engagement from the community at the exact same time. You guys provided so many different topics and questions that just kept us moving and kept this going on. So I decided, hey, why not? Let's just go ahead and do this again. Now, as I had mentioned, we are just getting started, but I already have a couple of people in the chat as we speak. I see John, channel member here. Jamar, how you doing? We're doing well. The General Sledge, I know you're driving at the moment, so please be careful while driving. But Sledge, a channel member as well. Um, Oh yeah, Jamar, big sledge. That's right. You gotta salute when that man walks into the building. So I got a couple of topics. I put a poll out this morning of should we just go completely raw or should we have a couple of things? And so I decided to have a couple of tidbits. Now I got a friend that kind of beat me to it, just released a video. We'll get to that in a minute. But before I bring in my first friend and fellow creator on the tight schedule, which is Mr. Joe Barreto, the first time you and I have been on a live together, so this is already starting off great. But before I pass it to you, Joe, to introduce yourself, say what you got to say. I want to give a shout out to another channel member, Juan Garcia, who I'm sure we all know is in the building as well. So what's on? How you doing? All right, Joe, what's going on, man? Hola, mi gente.
Hola, mi gente. How you doing, Lani?
I can't hear you. Yeah.
I'm in. Let me see. I'm in. Why isn't it? It says I'm in.
You guys can hear Joe, but I can't hear Joe. All right. Well, he popped out for a moment. We'll get it fixed. We'll come back in. We'll work this out. Let's see. Who else do we got? Mr. MattClausen is in the building. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Who I was just speaking with, or just speaking about. I'm sorry. Not too long ago. I see what I did here. Hold on. I got to change this. Go ahead and say something for me, Matt. I'm testing out audio.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I found the issue. That is on me.
Perfect.
There we go.
Because Red, as you said, you were jumping in, like everything crashed for like 15 seconds. I was like, oh no.
That happens a little too much. All right, bring a Joe back in.
Can you hear me?
Hola, yes, we can. Yes, I can. Yes, we can.
What's up, Matt? What's up, John?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
What's going on, fellas? Also, John, fellow channel member to the CallMeLani channel as well. So thank you so much for joining, John. Let's just hop into a couple of quick questions. Put that. Perfect. So the very first thing I want to start with is entry. So it's been a hot topic so far this week. I would say the fact that they're going to raise the price up to $125 for every 5 years. And I wanted to talk about what do we think of the credit card companies that might be jump in, change their credits or anything like that. But Matt, just finished walking my dog. You beat me to the punch. Do you want to break the news? Like who came out first?
Yeah, so Citi, of all the banks, Citi jumped into the comments and said, first, we've got it. You're good. So the Citi Prestige and the American Airlines Advantage Executive World Elite MasterCard. I can never say that card properly.
That's a long one.
Yeah. I have many thoughts on what the marketing teams were doing when they came up with that card. Anyway, both of those cards are going to get the $120 credit, assuming as soon as that $120 goes into effect. So if you had Citi on your bingo card being the first to say, we got you, congratulations, you're the only person in existence who thought that.
I personally didn't expect it to be Citi. I thought it was going to be one of the bigger brands like Chase or Amex or someone like that. But at the same time, I understand why Citi might want to come out first. I mean, $25 over 5 years is not that big of a lift. So I would be surprised for any credit card company to be like, hey, we're not going to cover that 25. That's on you. We'll give you the 100 still. But the simple fact that Citi came out with it first and I think it kind of sets the tone. Because if Citi can do it, then 100% Chase could do it, and 100% Amex could do it. So I think it's going to help set that particular tone of, I would say, this evolution, the refreshes that we all need and want in this credit card game. We all need something a little bit different right now. So I think this is like the first step in seeing some of these refreshes. John, I see you nodding your head. You got something you want to add to that?
I mean, not really. I mean, I guess I can see Citi basically saying, "Oh, hey, we're still here. You know, we're still over here in our little corner." I mean, we all know that Chase and Amex are going to follow suit. There's no reason for them not to, right? So it's like, for me, it's a given at this point that they're going to follow suit. I think it was more along the lines of Citi wanting to say, hey, we're still here, we're still relevant, quote unquote, you know, and beating everybody to the punch. But I don't know, maybe that's a good sign too, though, right? Maybe that's a good sign that Citi's getting ready to do something besides having really good cards, but that's about it.
If you remember was it a month ago? When I went to the branch, they said they were going to start rolling out stuff by August. And I guess they stuck to their word at the very least. So that, you know, they're starting a little early. Maybe, you know, their premium card will come out this summer as promised, because I'm sure they're going to add to it now. That's one of the perks. One of the biggest things we were talking about Citibank was their lack of any kind of benefits to their cards, right? So this being the first, them jumping out, at least it makes me feel good, because I know I wasn't BS'd by the guy at the branch. But, you know, I really do think that they're waiting for that wow moment, because when they're going to roll it out, probably, I'm going to really guess and throw it out there, by the end of June. Not even that. I don't even think they're going to wait till August. They're going to strike while the iron's hot. Wells put a lot of pressure on them with the autograph journey. So I can see Citi just really rolling with this and just getting on top of it. So it doesn't surprise me as much.
You mean credit card companies can say they're going to do a thing and then match their deadline?
Well, you know, obviously Wells did that for like a year, kicking the can down the road, right? But, you know, Amex has promised the stuff. They promised to keep raising fees and cutting back on perks. So, yeah, they do stick to their words, but some of them just, you know, a little differently than others. But,
yeah,
you know, but it was a good surprise.
It is a good surprise. And I know Matt has said this a million times. We need a refresh. We need something new. The game is getting a little bit stale at the moment, and things are changing, economically changing, the economy's changing, our money's changing, the way we spend our money is changing. So I think this is just the first step, and a very small crumb of breadcrumbs that are going to lead to something bigger. Like I said, it's only $25. It's only $5 a year for them. I'm sure they can afford it with the amount of money that we as consumers, card holders, creators, and all that other stuff we do. But at the same time, I'm really interested to understand what's coming in next. I'm going to real quick, because we actually have two more friends in the back waiting to come in. Also, Philmo, what's up? How you doing? But we got the General, always on the road. What's up, Sledge? Salute.
Is to do your research in the building. Shout out to everybody on the panel.
What's
And then
going
we
on?
also have Michael from Long Way Travels. Also, my
Michael.
first time on a live with Michael as well. This is why I like doing these unscripteds, man, because it just brings us together even more to have a conversation that we have normally behind a closed virtual digital curtain. But now we get to have it in front of our community, our fellow followers, subscribers, creators, et cetera, et cetera. So as well, if there's anyone in the chat that has a question for any person in here that wants some deeper detail, any questions you might have lingering, feel free to drop it in and we'll answer it live. So we can't hide right now. This is literally happening as we speak. And then on top of that, make sure to please hit that like and subscribe button. I am very close to my next subscriber goal. I got something special for you guys that I'm going to bring to the channel when I hit that subscriber goal. I might hint at it today. Who knows? If somebody asks me, whatever. But anyway, Sledge, hope you're driving safe. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, there. What's going on, brother? What's going on, everybody?
Feel good, looking great. You know what it is. How you doing?
Good. Everything good.
I always
What
seem
we
to
got
catch
going
you
on?
on the road. I'm starting to
I
feel
don't know,
like
man.
Michael, how you doing? Michael Long Way Travels is his channel name. How are you doing today?
Just relaxing today. It's a great day in Atlanta. All that rain. It's a great day to be indoor. That's what I would say.
Yeah, there was a tornado watch here today. I was like, what the heck? I came to Florida for what?
It was just a watch there. It was a tornado warning over here.
You know, it was so hard. Like the wind was like 75 miles
Yeah.
an hour. It was crazy outside.
Yeah.
But now the sun is
Yeah,
out.
it's crazy.
Typical Florida. The sun is out, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
where y'all are, Atlanta, between Atlanta, Tampa, ish area, doesn't it storm literally every single day?
In the summer, I think, right, Sledge?
Hurricane season starts in June.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, my wife is actually down there right now for work in Tampa, and she's like, show me the tornado warning, all that crap. And I'm just like, yeah, every time we go down to Florida, it just rains every time. It doesn't even matter if it's June, it's March, January, whatever. So
I just know every
3
time I
o'clock, the
flew
sun
through
comes
Tampa,
out.
my flight was delayed because of the storm.
Yeah.
Every single time. Every single time. Yep. Hopping back into the conversation, I want to pivot from the global entry channel because I also found out recently about a change on the Amex Platinum card when it comes to that $240 digital entertainment credit that SiriusXM is falling off come May, which is just next month.
Yep.
So that means there is no like music application you can use the digital entertainment credit on. And of course, there's Peacock, New York Times, Disney Bundle, which is ESPN, Hulu, Disney, etc. But speaking of those changes of like the global entry, what type of changes would we like to see come to the Platinum in that digital entertainment space? So hopefully someone from Amex is listening. I personally would love to see a digital entertainment credit for YouTube TV or YouTube Premium, as YouTube TV is like $73 a month now. So, Amex, help a brother out just a little bit.
And Amex always has these offers for YouTube TV that they give you a credit for like 2 or 3 months that you load onto the card, right? So it would only make sense that would be one of them. I'm super pissed because the bulk of my entertainment thing is from Sirius.
Yep.
So now I got to swallow that one, move it somewhere else that's going to give me at least more than 1 point, right? And deal with that because it blows.
Nope, I'm right there with you, Joe. So is Filmo. I like my SiriusXM. Like I only especially in the car. I only listen to SiriusXM in the car. If I'm ever traveling somewhere where I need a rental car, I make sure that I can sync my SiriusXM to it.
No,
That's a big one. That's bigger than.
I agree with you on the car rental deal. I just rented, and this is great for this chat here because of the Amex Platinum or the Founders Card, whichever way you want to see it. Hertz. I paid for a Mazda 3, and I got a Volvo X60 XT60 hybrid SUV for the same price. And it came with a ridiculous sound system, and it has Sirius. And I was happy because that's what I listen to at home. So it's real easy, you know, the Pitbull radio station and the R&B channel or LL Cool J's channel. That's what I listen to.
Hey,
I'm more of a Kevin Hart laugh out loud. Netflix is not a joke. That's my favorite stuff to listen to, especially on long car rides. 20 minutes or more is what I'm saying, like commuting stuff, not like road trips. Also, Chad Money Minutes is in the building. What's going on, Chad?
What's up, Chad? Yeah, I mean, it sucks losing that credit. I love SiriusXM too. I usually listen to like business news and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I would like to see something else move in its slot, some kind of music, whether it be, I mean,
Definitely some kind of music.
I mean, music. I mean, like I said, SiriusXM. I mostly listen to like financial talk, financial news, that kind of thing. If I'm going to and from the gym, or even just out running around, I usually listen to like Bloomberg Radio or any other financial channel in there. But it's, I don't know. For that. I mean, I'll still use SiriusXM. I love it. I mean, it's just you just have to swallow the. I think I pay like $7 a month for it. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, something else moving its slot, something, I don't know, like YouTube would be good, Spotify or something in its space, in its place.
Even Apple Music. I mean, for the love of God, they keep raising that too. So why not?
you know what? If I'm not a diehard SiriusXM person, so I can live without it. I don't have it right now. And I tell you, canceling is the most painful process you'll ever go through, canceling any subscription of all time. But for any of you guys that want to keep it, and because they don't have it, you can get SiriusXM for $4.99 a month. That's as low as they'll go. You keep telling them you'll cancel. You tell them you'll cancel maybe 2 times, they'll go down to $4.99. So just to throw that out there.
I'm laughing because you're right. You cannot cancel SiriusXM, which is why
You can't cancel.
I think I've had it on the last 3 cars because it won't let me let it go.
You guys
it's the worst process of all time trying to cancel those guys.
You know how it's quicker to cancel? I realized because I pulled that stunt last month. On the app, you have the option. You don't, because back in the day, you always had a call to cancel.
You had to call in.
Yeah, so now they let you do it on the app. But the reason I pay $15 is because I do my wife's car, my son's car, and mine. But I've never paid full price for that. That's bro, you got to be the biggest fool on earth if you're gonna pay $23 for one car. When they're like, oh, we have a special offer, I'm like, that's not a special offer. It's the same crap you pull every $5 $60 a year. Let's just go through the process. Let's cut to the end. You know. So
I got something for you, Joe. I try to cancel through the app. When you try to cancel through the app now, you have to chat with somebody, and it's still the same painful process.
Worse than Jim.
It's worse than talking to him.
You're too funny. Oh my God. Ugh.
We got a couple of comments that just came in. One from Mr. Keith. We all know Keith. Well, Keith says virtual credit card and turn it off on Sirius. The thing is, Keith, they'll still come after you. I've tried that. I've tried to replace it with a card that's about to expire. They still call you. They call my mama just to make sure I was okay. But anyway, I actually enjoy it. So I'm not going to cancel it, but I will agree with Joe and Sledge. So call in, negotiate, bring that cost down, especially if you have, well, it works either way. If you got one car, they'll bring it down. If you got more than one car, like my wife also has it, of course, in her car. So even if you have 2 cars, they'll let you split the plan and still bring it down as well. We have Bleed in the building. It says, y'all pro 2A. Unfortunately, Bleed, I don't know what that means. Can you drop another comment to follow up on that? And then we got, y'all got to watch I Am an Athlete. I have not heard of that yet. Drop what streaming service or what channel that's on for us so we can follow up with you on there. Any of y'all heard of that?
No.
Either one of those? All right. Nope. Yeah, just drop us another comment, Bleed. I'm always looking for a new show to watch. Speaking of new shows to watch, not to go off too on a tangent, John, the Fallout series on Amazon. Have you started watching it yet?
I have not. And the reason being is I love the game so much that I don't want some series to be really bad. Like, because there's been attempts before, right? Like they're talking about. I also play a game called DayZ, which is a zombie apocalypse survival game. They're talking about making a movie or a show about that too. And I'm just like, just let something be good and don't mess it up. I don't know. I have this fear of a studio messing up a great game with a really awful adaptation via TV or movie.
I agree, i.e. Paramount Plus and Halo. We'll just leave it right there. We're just going to leave it right there. Before we jump off too far, Keith came back. It was Sirius just gave me a $5 a month for 24 months. I won't have him bother me for 2 years, hopefully. No, it won't be 2 years. It'll be for the rest of your life.
But you know what? But they're too young. People on this right now are too young. But when I was a kid, we had Columbia House that you got like 12 CDs for a penny.
The 12 CDs for a penny.
And as soon as you had to pay that full price for that first CD and you didn't pay it, bro, that mail, because there was no email still, that mail would just come every week. A reminder I had to pay. A reminder I had to pay. So they were brutal, bro. Brutal.
Yeah, I remember. You're showing, you got to be showing some age with that one, Joe.
Well, I am the oldest. We've already, don't even play me, Lonnie, like that, all right? Because Sledge is younger than me. Chad is younger than me. Everybody here is younger than me. Let's just call it that, all right? I'm 57. So...
Yeah, 57 years of experience. That's what it is.
Absolutely. My credit card is older than most of the people here right now. Are you kidding me?
Steve
I remember correctly. I did that with
it was cassette taped. 8 tracks.
Yo, we had a Ford Pinto with an 8-track my father had in 1974. I kid you not.
8 tracks.
The quality was amazing.
12-inch vinyls. We just had DariusJamal join in today.
Hey, Darius.
Hey, what's going on?
Darius in the building.
But before I hop off, we got a couple of questions in the comments. So let me hop back here. Where'd it go? I'll find it. Hold on. Nathaniel, Fat Stacks Academy. If y'all haven't seen Nathaniel's channel, also brand new, new father like myself, but he is an incredibly funny guy that I really do enjoy his stuff. If you have not watched the intro to his Venture X video, please do so. I was literally laughing the entire time. It's probably one of my favorite intros I've seen in a video recently. Anyway, let's hop back. Let's see what else we got. Do we got anything on Sirius before we hop off there? No, let's hop over to the Juan. Channel member Juan Garcia in the building. We agree that the CSR is due for a refresh. What changes would we like to see? You know what? Newest joiner, Darius, you get to kick this question off.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's a good one because, I think I talked about this before with you. I think the biggest thing for me is not necessarily just for the reserve card, but it's just because a lot of Chase's lineup has a lot of the same reward structure and those same categories. It doesn't really allow the cards to differentiate at all. Just like you have the freedom and the flex card. So, I do like that you do have a travel category. Of course, groceries, that would be ideal, but I don't think that would necessarily fit into it. Like I told you, I don't have a reserve card, and for me, upgrading to it, it's solely for the purpose of the points. So I don't really any honestly any benefit that I get from the card. So I mean, for me, I would like to just see them have different categories for the cards. It's repetitive. And then also
100%
that,
agree.
and then of course that credit. I mean, I know a lot of people are bothered by the restaurants losing the restaurants for priority pass, but I still think they could add something to help fill in for that missing, $200 worth of value that you're not really getting in credits. Which, like I said, I see a lot from the platinum, where there's a lot of opportunity to get value back. The Venture X, you have opportunity to get value back. You're almost forced to get value back on that card. So I definitely think they could at least maybe add something in there where you can. And I hate to say it, but even if it's another credit, but at least something.
Yeah,
I would
Matt,
hope
I'm
for
going to pass this one to
status.
you. I know you're a CSR holder like myself.
So what would I do? So I'm gonna go a couple different places. One, I would take the 3 times categories that it does: general, travel, and dining. I would try to bump those up to 4x at the very least. Don't care about the portal, but they can leave the portal alone. In terms of credits, I would like them to extend their relationship with Lyft so that as long as you hold the card, you'll get Lyft Pink All Access all the time.
I'd be okay with
And
that.
the other thing they could do would just be to take that DoorDash credit that they have and buff that to $15 a month and allow you to roll it over per quarter. And hotel status. Yep. That's all I'm looking for.
You said the DoorDash credit?
Yeah, it's $5 a month, but you can roll it over per quarter. If they made that $15 a month and allow you to roll that over per quarter.
On the reserve, it's $15 a month, not per quarter. For DoorDash. Well, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Instacart. My bad. I'm thinking Instacart. That's on me.
Then they keep that around for the people who use that. Like, again, the card really just needs tweaks. It doesn't need it needs a refresh, but I don't think the refresh needs to be like as crazy as a refresh for the Sapphire Preferred needs to be.
I can agree with that. The only negative that I have about it's not the CSR itself, but it's the ecosystem of Chase, especially if you're in the Chase trifecta, is what Darius has said. It's so repetitive.
Yep.
I get dining is just swept over. Travel is almost the same if you use Travel Portal on the Freedoms, of course, or whatever. But it's just so repetitive there that I would love to see something else. I've mentioned this before. I would love to see Chase to finally just own and adopt a grocery category on any card. Just adopt it. It doesn't have to be this one. But that's just my 2 cents. Michael, you got anything to add?
Me and Matt have talked about this before. I mean, like I said, it's just repetitive multipliers. I mean, in regard for I think the only way to know what you want to do for potential benefits is to understand, I think with Amex, great example, is who they acquire. Who do they acquire for businesses like that? Like the whole Amex and Resi thing. See, if you look into that kind of stuff, then you know how they can pull out more benefits from other acquisitions. So I don't know on top of my head what Chase has acquired, but that's another way to deep dive at least what they could do for added benefits, I guess, when people talk about it. If they've done any type of acquisition, that could be something, because you can see how they're doing things. They're not doing the Capital One anniversary thing. They're not doing the Amex coupon book. They're just kind of doing one travel credit and a lot of just ride sharing kind of things and DoorDash kind of stuff. They're doing their own kind of style, I guess. So I kind of agree. I think it should definitely be bumped up, because a little bit, not too much, because it hasn't been refreshed since 2020, which is ridiculous. I mean, compared to a lot of other cards that get that done every couple of years. And I mean, and Matt's talked about this too. There's a reason why Chase doesn't put a grocery category, because they know they can milk it with other cards and make people keep getting the same cards and all that stuff. So until they do it, that's what everyone wants, but it doesn't mean they should, because I think wasn't there something on the Discord today about the was it credit card usage or something like that? There was something about how Chase is just so above everyone else. So clearly, what they're doing right now is okay, unless someone just starts taking over. I guess their throne, I guess, as the king right now with the credit card game right now, because they have a strategy right now, and no one's really doing so much to kind of take them out of first place.
I think you said a good point there. Just their credit card utilization aspects is like, hey, we got something that's not broken, so why should we fix it? But at the same time, they're the business, we're the customers, at the card holders. Is there a petition we can sign or that we need to form? Do I need to make a Google form up or something like, yo?
I think
we got
easiest one is Hyatt.
Exactly. Like, we got so many people that want XYZ, and we just like send it off to all the credit card companies and see who actually respond. What's funny is it'll probably be built. I think they listen to their consumers more than anyone, but maybe we should.
If Chase does Hyatt, which is the smartest one because Amex has Hilton, right? You get Hilton Gold status automatically.
Mm-hmm.
You think about it, even if you can get more business into the Hyatt hotels if you make the CSR at least giving you Discover status if you hold that card without having to hold a Hyatt card. That's a plus because you're killing two birds with one stone. Because you can't Hyatt is really Chase. And I think that they can put them under their umbrella. That would be great. And a lot more people get the CSR without having to apply for another World of Hyatt card, which is kind of stuck as well.
Yeah. What's going on, Jamar? I see your questions. I am coming back to both of them, I promise. Before we hop off the CSR, Steve dropped in one other question on the CSR. So let's just finish this off before we hop to Jamar's question. What value, percentage-wise, of annual fee do you assign to reserves best-in-class travel insurance? Now, I'm going to go ahead and start this one off because if y'all seen any of my videos, I love my CSR travel insurance. And Steve, my first answer would be, I can't really quantify it with a percentage. If you're going to put that against the annual fee, it's going to be over 100%. The reason why is go find me any trip almost nowadays that's not going to be $550 or less. I mean, if you're taking a road trip to the city next door, then maybe sure. You're doing a staycation, absolutely. But if you got to hop on a plane and get a hotel, you're already over $550, even if you're staying domestic. And so, as someone that has used that travel insurance on the CSR card multiple times, gotten all my money back, it's over 100%. Like, that alone is worth it for me. And I've seen one of my previous videos, my Never Gonna Cancel video. This is one of the reasons why I will never cancel it. Go find me another card where the travel insurance is going to have me covered. Peace of mind, as much as this one does. And if there is one, then I'm happy to apply. I'm happy to give it a shot. But I have not found one yet, which is why I lean so heavily on my CSR. So if you want to put a percentage to it, I personally could put 100% because I might have one or two trips a year where I go to make that phone call, go to that website, type in my information because the wheel on one of my bags got broken, the handle on the bag got ripped off, and when I checked the bag, and that could easily be, luggage nowadays is not cheap. That could be $200, $300, $400, depending on which bag I'm taking or anything like that. So for me, I'm going to put it there. Sledge, I see your head moving around there. You got something to add on that one? And Joe got to go. Peace out, Joe.
I love you guys. God bless you, man. Thank you.
First thing I gotta say is, who you piss off at the airport where they destroying your luggage like that, man? And the second thing is, to keep it all the way 100. I'm not really familiar a lot with the CSR, because I haven't really looked into it all like that. But there's one thing that I know they need to change, and that is the sign-up bonus. I look at so many people. You know what? If the American Express Platinum has a 200 membership reward point sign-up bonus, everybody will be crying about, man, where's the 250 though? There's a 250 MR point sign up bonus. But the CSR could have a 60 ultimate reward point sign up bonus, and nobody complains about that at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, they definitely need it for a $550 annual fee card. 60,000 ultimate reward points is kind of pitiful in my opinion, especially when a lot of times the CSP has a higher sign up bonus than the CSR. And pretty much, yeah, so like I say, I don't have the card, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but that's about it for me on that topic.
Yep. Matt, I know as the other CSR holder in the group right now, you got something to add to that?
I would love higher welcome offers on the CSR. I think it should have a standard 75, 80, 90,000 ultimate reward point to start. Even if you moved up the annual, not the annual fee, the minimum spend required up to 5,000, that'd be fine. Hell, take on the ink cards and move it to 6,000 because it's your top card. I would take that. But I don't worry too much about that just because you can get it every 4 years. Unlike the American Express Platinum, where if you're lucky, you can get that every 7 years. So every 4 years, even at 60,000, that's still 60,000 every 4 years. And if I'm managing my 524 right, I can just play an ink train 1 year and get like 90, 180, 270,000 ultimate reward points. So don't really worry about it, but it's a good point. It should be higher.
Yep, I respect that opinion. Yep. Also, thanks for the question, Steve, and thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Give me 1 sec. Let's jump back. We're heading off to Jamar's question. He's been waiting very patiently. Let me hop back to it. The Robinhood Gold card. What are your thoughts on it? And when do we think it'll be released? You know what, Michael? I'm going to pass this to you first.
I'm going to be honest. I've only heard basically really just the details of it from everyone else. I haven't really looked into the card. I'm obviously I know what Robinhood is, but in regards for what it can do, I would pass it to anyone else who knows more. But I haven't looked into it as much as anyone else, to be honest.
John?
I'm kind of in the same boat with Michael. I just the things I've heard a little bit, things that Matt's announced with his tidbits and whatnot, and it seems intriguing, but it's nothing that interests me right now. I kind of feel like it's a very niche card, and it would be something I might play around with in the end game, but right now it's not on the radar at all. It really wouldn't do anything for me with where I am in my acquisition of subs and whatnot right now.
I respect that. Now, Matt, I know you and I have already talked about this, so I'm going to pass it to Jamar. I mean, Darius, not Jamar.
I was like, what? Yeah, I think, I don't know, I don't know if I talked about this in the last one. I don't remember in the last call. But, I mean, for me, I think I told you, for me, the only thing that was kind of cool was kind of the gimmicky side of, the gold card. The gold, as far as like benefit for me, I mean, I'm not really, I don't care that much as far as the cashback. As far as the cashback goes, I guess, yeah, if you optimize on the investing side of it and take advantage of the free margin and invest that as well, I could see there's opportunity there. Also, I mean, the 3% is great. The question is, how long will it be around as well? So maybe seize the opportunity while it's still there, while you can. But for me personally, I don't see myself, getting it. But I do like I said, the appeal of it.
Yeah, Juan agrees with that. Says that it doesn't look like it'll be sustainable for the long term. I personally have a slightly different approach. I like the card, and I like it at the foundation. It's 3% flat across the board. It's very easy to understand, and it categories where you only get like point per dollar, 2 point per dollar, and then to push them up to 3. Well, in this case, 3% back. Now, I also agree with you that it has a lot of behind the scenes benefits that one, a lot of people aren't paying attention to, but if you do pay attention to them, I see it as any other card. So every single card, especially these, high mid-tier premium luxury travel cards, we always talk about the annual fee and like use all the benefits to get as much max value. Now, in this case, the max value is not just on the card itself. The 3% back is like the baseline. All the stuff you get from Robinhood Gold subscription, you can also be a Robinhood member through like the actual service where it actually provides, in my personal opinion, the most value. If you're not going to do all of that, you're not going to get all that extra value. You're not going to get that max value. And then at the same time, if you don't do all of that, at least you could always fall back on, it would just be 3% for everything.
I guess my question for everybody would be, is it worth burning? Because this is the bar, right? The bar for any card is, the question is always, is it worth the 524 spy?
What about, and I'm guessing there's no sign-up bonus, right? There's no sign-up bonus too, right?
No sign-up bonus.
Yeah, so
$0 annual fee, except for the technically $5 a month for the Robinhood Gold subscription.
Yeah.
So take up a slot and no sign-up bonus. A double negative.
Yeah, that car is very niche. That car is just for those that actually invest and have like an account there with them. Yeah, it's a great pickup for 3% back, but going out of your way to get that car that you have to spend like $25,000 to offset that, not having a $200 bonus that you will get with a City Double Cash and and pretty much all 2% cashback cards. I mean, it makes little sense to make an account to do that. I mean, yeah, it makes no sense. It's only if you are the one your team cashback, if and you already are like Robinhood Gold and you have that account that you have some high APR over there. So if you've been using their products, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah. And then I heard you guys talking about the CSR. I have to put my 2 cents in, I do think that the CSR is by far the worst premium travel car. And when you compare the CSR, it's outdated, really outdated when you compare it to the Venture X. You can get positive value with the Platinum and the Venture X, but it's very difficult to completely offset that annual fee on the CSR. Coupons are the worst amongst the Platinum and the Venture X. Protections, Venture X, Platinum has great protections. It's not like you someone is not going to miss something out with the protections of the Platinum or the Venture X. Uh, Losing the restaurant, that was the only thing that made that car a little special. It's outdated. I know Chase doesn't care because the only updates made to that car has been to devalue the car. Paying $250 to redeem points at 1.5 using a portal makes little to no sense. That 3x dining, you better get the city custom cash and you get 5% back. So using the portal at 1.5 makes little sense. You better go like no annual fee, 5% cash back. You will be doing a lot better. But that's my take on the CSR. For me, it's kind of trash. It's not trash, but it's trash. Oh, and the bonuses. You do get the bonus every 4 years, but with the platinum, you downgrade it to the green, and like in 3 weeks, you will get a 100K offer to go back to the platinum. those of us that play the upgrade and downgrade game with the American Express know for a fact that you don't get one bonus. You can get one bonus every single year. So those are the little things. Yeah, it needs a major refresh, but
Okay. Cesar came in hot tonight.
yeah.
I think he just hit 3 different things at once. He came in kind of hot tonight.
Yeah,
But
Cesar's like, I got things to say.
right.
it's hard. Yo, I made a video like in Spanish a week ago. CSR makes little to no sense. I cannot figure for that, for what person that car is that the Venture X or the Platinum cannot cover that thing. Hyatt, yeah, that's it, Hyatt, but you don't need a CSR for Hyatt. With the CSP, you just transfer there for $95. It's just that it needs better coupons. The coupons are trash. You get 300, yeah. The other ones are trash. They they need to do something to that car. Besides, last time they increased the annual fee for $100. What they gave you? Trash coupons, not used by most. Now you lose restaurants. Um, but no, they are not adding benefits. They're actually devaluing the car every time or increasing the annual fee, and it's outdated. I think it's Chase's worst credit card right now.
I
Well,
respect your opinion.
they added those lounges, Cesar. They added the Chase lounges. That's one of their added benefits. They're calling it.
All 6 of them.
I mean,
All 6 of them. More than capital.
yeah. I mean, you have so many ways to get into lounges. So I'm telling you, the CSR is in a weird spot. Like, best premium car is the Platinum. Best for family travelers is the Venture X. I don't know for what person the CSR is. That is not a Chase fanboys that is holding on Chase, or you just want to make it like this is the best card. Nah, it's not even close. And I do hate dealing with the American Express coupons because I do. Nobody likes coupons book, but if you give me something that I can value and make it useful, yeah. But CSR is missing out. Like they need to do something there. 300 is not going to cut it. Uh, I mean, I'm not paying 250 to transfer my points at a 1.5 rate. It makes little to no sense.
I think for me with the CSR, just my opinion. And first of all, I don't hold the card, so I'm speaking purely from an outsider's point of view. I have the Sapphire Preferred. I don't have the Reserve.
Yeah.
But I think that if I was going to have the Sapphire Reserve, I would need to be my travels would need to be, and I would need to fly out of an airport that has a Sapphire Lounge for one. And I would also need to be someone that uses Instacart and Lyft. Like those things like that. I think the card is right for people that can get the utility out of it, right? Like if you can get to the Sapphire Lounges, if you use Lyft, if you use Instacart, if you use those other benefits, DoorDash, if you use those, then I can see where you get benefit from them. Or from the card, and the card makes sense for you. Like for me, like I live, like I will probably rarely be at an airport that has a Sapphire Lounge, so it would be a hard sell for me, especially not being able to get the last $250 credit.
Oh yeah,
off the annual fee. But I will say this: I think 'cause I hear people say the same thing about Amex cards and whatnot, that if you get enough value back, so say, the Sapphire Reserve, what, after the $300 hotel credit, you have what, $250 left, right, of the annual fee that you haven't gotten credit back for. And I know people hate this argument and people make fun of Amex and when I say this, but if you get enough value out of the offers that are on the Chase cards, because I know when I log into my Chase portal and you guys log into your Chase portal and you go to your cards, you see all the, the $5 off of this, the 10% back on here, the whatever it is, and all the different things. I guess I'll say it. If you use enough of those offers, you are kind of offsetting the annual fee in regards to getting enough cash back off of those different offers that offset it, if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
Yeah, yeah. I got on like $2 off McDonald's with the CSP. But
All right,
no,
so I'm starting to feel a little attacked, man.
no. No, don't feel attacked. I mean, MattClausen knows that I always says that I'm always saying the same thing about the CSR. MattClausen knows that pretty much I say everywhere. It's not about you, CallMeLani. It's something that I do think I have Chase cars. I got the CSP, Chase Freedom Flex, Freedom Limited. I got Chase cars.
Same.
So, and I think it's the best ecosystem for beginners. I mean, it's the easiest way to use and to get good enough value for your points at every stage of the game. So the ecosystem is great. What bothers me is that it feels so outdated. Like all the other banks are doing something, but Chase is stuck over there with the same 3x at dinings in every single card, repeating multipliers, not combining those multipliers with each other. Those little things bother me. Like you have such a great ecosystem, so many great time for partners, but why you don't update those cards? Like, what's going on with you? Like, I mean, too big to care, probably the biggest bank. That's my gripe with Chase. It's nothing personal about like Team Chase, Team Amex. I'm team give me the intro offers so I can travel. So I get every single card from any banks. So I got Citi, Amex, Chase. I got credit union cards. I'm all over the place. I just want the intro offers. But I think Chase needs to do something about those two cards, either with the CSP or the CSR. They're in a weird spot. When you compare those cars to the competition, they're lacking. I mean, overall, when you look at the entire product, they're lacking. I mean, at that $189 clear to the CSR, I'll probably get it. I probably get the car. If you just add something like that, I'll get the car. So it's something more useful for travel. You got 300 that are great, easy to use, the easiest credit to use. CSB is a solid card. I mean, I never used the hotel credit, but I don't complain about it because it gives me access to the transfer partners. And I do value Chase ecosystem because it's great. You can get good value for your points. Plus, I do get a ton of referrals, so that helps too. So I don't earn Chase point by using the cards. It's just by the referral link. So I always have my Chase cards. That's for sure. But yeah, that's it. About that. I'm so happy to see you, Lani, Matt, John, Wong, Darius, and Cesar.
Now, I want to follow up on there. And it's not, like I said, I will always respect someone else's opinion. But I think you hit one good thing. Well, not just one good thing. You said a lot of good things. One thing specifically, that everybody has their own definition of the word value. And in your world, the CSR does not provide Cesar value enough to commit to it, apply for it, hold it in your wallet, or whatever you want to call it. As someone like myself, this is not to go against anything you had just said.
Yeah.
I get a hell of a value out of it, where it's like the anchor in my plan A setup. Almost every trip that I take either starts as a piece of or ends with my CSR, my Chase Sapphire Reserve card. Now I have other cards and things like that, but the way I see it and the way I get value is completely different from someone else. And also, this is also why, like I said, this is why I absolutely love this community and having these unscripted lives, because you're getting it raw straight from Cesar, and I don't disagree. Me and John, even though I've had the CSR, I've never canceled it. So I've had it for almost over 7 years now. I have not stepped foot into a single Chase Sapphire Lounge. Now, granted, the Chase Sapphire Lounges are new, but I don't fly through those airports regularly. Oh, if you go to their website where they're saying, hey, we're about to build this new airport, it's not an airport that I fly through regularly. It's not a United Hub airport. So, but at the same time, I don't calculate that in my equation of value, where I'm like, I don't get to go see a Sapphire Reserve lounge. I got United Polaris business class. I got United Club access. I got priority pass. I can go to other lounges. I got Star Alliance Gold status. I can go to other lounges. But that's just how I calculate value and why I keep the card in my wallet. So between John, Cesar, thank you for your candor there. Really, really, because I really love hearing like a separate perspective.
Well,
Now,
and
not
that's
to take away from anyone, Philmo hates it.
in line,
There was another comment in here, also from Philmo, actually. The CSRs make those guys that like to ride those bikes. You're not wrong, even though I don't ride those bikes. Actually, I've never been on one of those bikes, but you're not wrong. I would if I like lived in New York or I was still in Chicago, back home in Chicago or something like that. One, I like my CSR, the 10x lift, and the 300 annual travel credit. I do have to give you that. The $300 travel credit is super easy to use. The 10x on lift. This is why I don't take Ubers. I take Lyft because I get the 10x. 12x if you have a built card, so then you can get 2 points extra on built as well while you take that same exact lift.
Hey, Lonnie, and that's what's so great about this niche we're in, right? This hobby we're doing is because we have these conversations, and a lot of times we have them, even in the Discord too. We all come from different points of view, and it's really cool to see how everyone can look at a card and derive value from it in one way or another. Whereas I might get credit or I might get value from the Amex Platinum card in certain ways, but you might get value from that same card in other areas.
Yep.
And that's what's so cool about this space is, like for me, I don't see myself going after the reserve anytime soon. But that might change down the road. If things change down the road, then I might see value in it, then I might get it. But that's what's really cool is that you and Matt, because I know you guys both hold the card, you guys get tremendous value from it. And that's awesome.
Yeah, to each their own. That's it. To each their own. And not every card is for everybody. I'll just do that.
Exactly.
I'm going to jump way back real quick. I think it was Juan that had dropped this particular comment about the Saks Fifth Avenue credit on the Platinum. Also, because there's so many trash can movie cheese in the chat right now. Thanks, Cesar. I can't find it right now, but I'll find it in a second. That particular credit, $100, first 6 months of the year, second half of the year, $50. Trash. Thoughts? Should the Amex get rid of that? Should they change it?
What? What was that?
The $50 every 6 months credit on Saks, so $100 a year on the Amex Platinum.
That's trash. That's trash. I never used it. That's one thing. Like I can easily use it, but I never done it, and I got the Platinum. I'm not the one who will go completely out of my way to justify a card. Just to justify it. It has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, I just don't get. Well, I probably get it for the bonus and then cancel it. So, but after year one is done. So I try not to change, the way I travel or I leave just for a credit card. I might do it once, twice, 3 times, but like you mentioned it also, like you don't visit Chase Sapphire lounges. I don't care about Centurion lounges because that's not the one thing that is providing me the value to offset my annual fee and get positive value. If I have had to depend on that, probably the car is not for me. So yeah, that credit is trash. The Equinox credit is trash. Those are trash. Those are just filler. Walmart Pro Plus can be useful for gas. I never use it. Well, you can get Paramount Plus for free, but still trash. At least in my case, I don't value that at all. But one trick is with the Platinum card, like you can add those free authorized users. So well, if this is not the free authorized user, but all free authorized users they get global entry and TC pre-check, and I got my wife, my daughter, my son over there, and you can get those for free. So that's $100 that kind of like no one's mentioned it, that part of the platinum, but they have those free 8 authorized users that get global entry and TSA pre-check. So I do put $100 value there because I do like global entry and TSA pre-check.
Yeah, I'm with them on the Saks Fifth is kind of I mean, I'm lucky for me, I'm in an area where it's right next to kind of a mall that I end up at occasionally every couple months. So I kind of just have to walk in there and get something. Of course, it's kind of annoying because, I mean, Saks Fifth, I don't really know how Saks Fifth is in other locations but like where I am, it's just straight luxury high end. I mean, I know that's how it is in general, but that mall particularly is already like that. So there's absolutely nothing in there for me to get aside from like a gift card, which again, it's convenient for me now, but once I move, I'm not sure how, it'll be take a little more effort, just like you were saying, Cesar. It's one thing when you do it here or there. And like I said, for me, it's just because like, oh, it's right there. I'm here. Like I can run in and get it. But once I leave I'm still getting enough value to off, that it's okay. But I can see how for a lot of people, it's just it's kind of a throwaway credit.
Yeah. All right. Can we get off the trash conversations for a moment?
Damn, if you got me here, it's gonna be difficult.
Actually, I don't think it will, because Key of Kiki, who cannot join us today, she did drop 2 questions. I don't know if you're still in here, but let's have a little fun here. And the first one, accessory you cannot travel without. Let's start with Matt.
Usually it's going to be some sort of power connector. Always have to have like either a battery or something just to make sure that when I'm done for the day, all my personal entertainment is ready and available to me. So any iPhone cable, any battery pack, like it's sad to say, but I need power.
Power. Matt, Michael?
Yeah, I'm on the line with Matt too. I carry this little box basically of all my cables for my MacBook Pro, the adapter, my camera. I mean that charger. I mean I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of wires, a lot of batteries, a lot of memory cards. So that really helps keeping everything in one shot. And then internationally, I carry the big power converter. When you go to like Asia or Europe, you got to convert the voltages. So that kind of stuff I always carry with me, and it's really important because if you don't bring the right voltage, your stuff's gonna be fried up. So
you break everything.
Philmo says his wife is a traveler to the tree.
No comment. My player 2 would be very upset if she heard that.
John, what do you must travel with?
I mean, besides toiletries, you have to have. We're taking our devices with us, right? We're taking our phones, tablets, laptops, that kind of thing. So having power is essential for those things. So I'm just gonna probably default to that answer.
Darius?
Yep, I kind of fall in the same. Typically, I have a book bag with me, so I typically just have a bunch of random items. But that one usually for me is key because obviously, like whether we're traveling somewhere or we're whatever, it doesn't matter if hiking or doing whatever, walking around. At least I know like at minimum I have my phone charged because that'll be my resource for maps or whatever whatever the case may be. So for me, that's always my number one. If I had to pick one thing outside of having my phone, having the adapter.
Cesar?
Yeah, basically, I travel very light, but cell phone and the charger. that's pretty much it. That I don't care much about what I think. If I need to buy something, I just buy over there. I don't travel like I'm team carry on. Like I usually don't carry much. But cell phone and charger are the most important things when I travel. Because if I get lost or whatever, I don't know. That's it. I don't carry a
Okay.
bunch of cables and stuff, and I travel like cell phone, backpack, underwears, and just a couple of changes of clothes, and that's it.
I have to agree with power, but it's not like my top thing. Elmo's active today. It says that we need cushions and peanut butter cups. Thank you, Tomo. You can deliver that right to me. Before I get to my answer, Daniel at Fast Tax Academy says his noise canceling headphones. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because I have a little Bluetooth adapter with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that I plug into like the headphone jack from the airplane for like the in-flight entertainment, so I can Bluetooth without the wire listening to my headphones. Have to have that. That is my go-to for anything. It works as an aux cord in a like car. You can plug it in, so I can like Bluetooth my phone to it, so I don't have to. I'm very particular, John, and cybersecurity knows this. I'm very particular about syncing my phone to a rental car because I know how hard drives work. So I'd rather just Bluetooth it, take that long way around there. Next question you had, and I like this one. And Darius, you probably know my answer, but any unique items you put in your carry travel bag? Should I go first? It's a little TMI, but I travel with my own toilet paper. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, but that single ply rough and thin at the airport or at the hotel does not cut it for me. I travel with my own. I'm not ashamed to admit it. All right, John, I saw you laughing the hardest. You get to go next.
Oh man. I don't say unique items really. I mean nothing out of the nothing crazy or anything. I guess if I had to give an answer, I guess I would say I made hand sanitizer cool before COVID did because I always carry hand sanitizer in my backpack when I'm flying or traveling, walking through the airports, all that because you just don't know. So usually we'll keep a little bottle of hand sanitizer in my backpack with me at all times. So because you don't know.
I'm not against that. I'm not a germaphobe, but I do keep the handy wipes with me.
Yeah, the wipes I do too.
Yep.
At least for like traveling. Yeah.
Anything else you got to add to that, Darius?
No, I think for me that's the main one. I'll keep wipes just to wipe down stuff. But on the plane, that's about it.
Lysol wipes. I do have my own pack of Lysol wipes. Michael?
So I do all that stuff, but culturally, my family is very superstitious. So being Catholic, we believe in saints, and so I actually found out while you guys are talking. So I carry this medallion here. I'm gonna try to get a close here. So it's basically some good luck for saint of traveling. And as you know, superstitions, I carry them every time I travel because my family believes like if you have this, it will less likely mitigate any type of issues when you're on the plane. So I always have this coin thing wherever I go, whether I'm driving a car, renting a car, or flying on a plane. I keep this in my book all the time. So if you want something unique, it's a little coin here.
Nice. That's a good answer. Way better than my answer. Cesar?
Well, the unique item is because it's an electric shaver that I also use to take haircuts. Because I take haircuts every 2 days. Like every 2 days, I get a haircut. I do it myself, wherever I am. So an electric shaver that you can actually uh, change the things and like can take a haircut plus shave. So yeah, wherever I go, I use one. I take one.
Matt?
Honestly, I'm more likely to forget that thing, whatever that thing may be, every other flight or every other trip. So there's no one thing that is always in my travel bag.
One extra thing, and I know this is very old school. This is like early 2000s. I still carry a thumb drive with me, just in case I have to like not be on internet, download a file or something like that. I always keep that thumb drive with me. Also, going back to rental cars that still have USB ports, you can also put music on them still. Once again, John, not syncing my personal thing to a rental car, but it's funny because I actually keep it really close. So this is my memory card one that I actually use for all my camera gear, so I can actually just sync all my photos that I take on any of my cameras while I'm out and about as well. So that's kind of weird. I won't say it's weird. It makes sense when you see somebody with like 2 or 3 cameras, but whatever. That's what I do. Thanks for those questions, Keith. Steve's asked if our generation has moved to Sims. Are you referring to Sims like the simulation video games, or Sims as in SIM cards? I think that's the last of eSIMs. Yes, absolutely. eSIMs are great, especially if you need to hop, skip, and jump around, especially like if you're going through multiple countries. I still like physical Sims, but that's only because I have so many phones. Where eSIM takes so much time to disconnect from one device, switch it over to another, resync it to another device, and in some cases, you have to be in a certain network area to activate an eSIM. Whereas with the physical SIM, you just pop it out of one phone and pop it to another. So I'm still old school. I like the hard physical SIM cards. But anyone else? John, I know you and I have talked about this. Anyone else have a hot take on SIM versus eSIM?
So I know like almost everybody here knows I use Google Fi for my phone service, and yeah, the eSIM. I mean, it just works. The last couple of phones I've went eSIM instead of physical SIM, and it's just a smooth transition. Everywhere I've been traveling to, well, I mean, here in the States is pretty easy, but when I went to Iceland and back, it was just easy transition getting on and off the plane. So it just tells you when you turn the phone on and you're in a new country, it just says, "Oh, welcome to Iceland. You may continue using your phone as normal," and that's it. It just works. So yeah, I don't know if I would go to a physical sim at any point. Maybe if for some reason I was carrying a ton of devices with me for some reason, but with just having my one phone on me if I'm traveling, it's going to be an eSIM.
Dual eSIMs are the best. No, I enjoy the prospect of dual eSIMs on your phone. One phone, 2 SIMs, you're all set.
Yeah, I got to resonate with John. I use Google Fi as my international SIM card. It's just so easy.
It's awesome, man.
You just land in a country and it's welcome to Germany. And you're up and running. You don't have to do anything extra. Yeah. But to go back to your question, Steve, you do have to activate Google Fi into the US before you leave the country. So that's the only caveat, which is not, at least I'm already here in the US, of course, I live here. So it's not that big of an issue, but don't sign up for it, hold off until you get to the country, then try to sign up for eSIM in another country. You have to activate in the US first before it can work in another country. That's the only other thing. Yep. I don't see any other questions in here. So we might go ahead and just wrap this up. I do see a couple of comments. Keith says he hates the 300 portal credit for the Venture X product change into the preferred. My CSP going to changes CSP to the CSR and then cancel his Venture X. So nice, Keith. Also, I'm going to reach out to you offline. I might have something for you, Keith. You're going to be pretty excited about what I got coming up in the near future. Going back to the city bike, Juan had said it was Jake McCure he was talking about. That film I was referring to, that he likes to use those city bikes.
Yeah.
Pookie asks if we want to sing Justin Bieber, and that's gonna be a no, Pookie. Go ahead and pass right off on that. Keith also says Chase needs to refresh the 524 rule to a 512 rule. Yeah.
How does the ink train
Yeah.
work on 512 rule?
I don't know. I didn't have an issue with my ink cards, but that's just me, though.
Yeah.
Oh, before we hop out, Chad squeezing in, squeezing in at the last minute.
Hey.
What's up, Chad?
What's going on, sir?
Nothing much. I just wanted to say hey to everybody. I just got out of the gym. I was trying to moderate and, get my sexy on all at the same time.
I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you joining, Chad.
Absolutely, man. I just wanted to say what's up to everybody before you guys signed off. So my man Cesar, he's in the house. John in the building. MattClausen, Mike, DariusJamal. I thank you guys for letting me on for a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
man.
before we sign off, I did this last week. I want to do this again. I want to make this a natural thing. So Chad, you're in here now, so you got to do it well. Go ahead, tell us everyone who you are, where they can find your channel, and what you're currently working on. Start with Chad.
Oh, who am I? Well, I am Chad of Chad's Money Minutes. I run a channel for the discerning credit card enthusiast. I, kind of flow off the beaten path, and you can find me on YouTube, on Instagram, and I lurk on Facebook and I laugh at jokes. And for this year, I'm just trying to get closer to my core audience and do some more dynamic things with credit card points.
Cool. Cesar.
Well, today I got for those who don't know me, my name is CesarJoel, a Spanish-speaking content creator. So my channel is in Spanish. So today I got a live at 8:30 p.m. Puerto Rico, talking about the airline alliances to the Spanish community, how they work, sweet spots, how to combine like American Express points, Chase points, to those partners that are similar between all banks, and how to maximize them for travel.
Thank you, Cesar. Darius.
Hey, so Darius Jamal. For me, I focus on, again, credit cards, content related for credit related content for beginners as well, and possibly sprinkling, a little bit of personal finance here and there. For me, I'd say right now I'm looking to, work towards getting my first step, my milestone, which would be, getting that 1,000 subs. And yeah, you can only find me on YouTube, so that's it. I'm not lurking around anywhere else.
John.
I'm John with JonsCreditAndTravel. I'm a very, very new creator. Just looking to grow my channel. I guess my first milestone would be getting 100 subs. So, like I said, I'm very, very new, and I focus on mostly talk about the cards that I have, as speaking from a person with experience with a particular card. I also sprinkle in some, especially as I'm picking up my travel this year, sprinkling in travel experiences and experiences with cards that I take with me as I'm traveling, so that you kind of get a hands-on view, sort of speak, as far as what my experience is as I'm traveling. So, and again, you can find me on YouTube at John's Credit and Travel.
Thanks, John. Michael.
Thanks for promoting here. My name is Michael from One Way Travels and Credit Card Points. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm also on Instagram as well for more of the short clips. but definitely I started my channel, I think same time around as MattClausen over there on top. And I started kind of with the beginner credit card tips and tricks. I've transitioned more to a little bit more advanced credit card tricks and hacks. And also I do a lot more traveling videos, plane reviews, that kind of stuff. I try to give people more perspective on how to redeem your points and the experience you can get as well. So, and I want to, I was going to tell Cesar this privately, but I want to let you know that I will be going to PR in June. So if you want to meet up, definitely can. I'll be there for a week for work. I mean, it's crazy. I'll be going there for work, and I just want to let you know, but I figure I'll let everyone know here. But yeah, I've been there before, and I just want to, maybe we can catch up for at least a day or two.
Hey, I'm retired, so I can make a date. Like if you tell me like that, send me a message and I'll be there. Like the only thing that I do is basically do YouTube videos, but I already been retired from work like for 3 years. So if you're coming to Puerto Rico, let me know. I'm pretty sure I can make something happen.
Yeah, I'll chat with you offline. I know the dates. It's pretty solid, but once I get the booking done with work, I'll let you know, and we can definitely at least meet up for maybe a meal and just talk, and maybe we'll do a video. So, but yeah,
Sure.
that's me, Michael from Long Way Travels.
That's what's up. I'm jealous of that. All right, Matt.
Absolutely. So I'm MattClausen. I had a name for my channel, but you can just find me at MattClausen. I primarily talk about credit card news on an almost daily basis. Kind of depends on what's out there and what I can scrape together. If I'm not doing that, one of my video ideas that I keep coming back to, and I'll eventually do, is what the heck is Chase and Marriott up to? Because it feels like their cards are about to get a major update. So that's going to be coming. Otherwise, I'll talk about the credit cards I have, what my thoughts on like quarterly spend are, and trashing the Chase Sapphire Preferred and Capital One as much as I can. Also, the resident expert apparently on Wells Fargo.
That is true. You are. And then last but not least, as this is my channel, if you're not familiar with me, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Lonnie. Channel name is CallMeLani. And on my channel, I talk about travel strategies and travel hacking via credit card rewards. My whole goal is to help y'all get on planes, get extra stamps in your passport, and hopefully not pay for it. Well, not pay any more for it. That is it. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And
thanks, Phil.
I got to use my other laptop to drive at the moment. So that's it. Thanks so much, fellas. Peace.
Thanks, Lonnie.
Yeah.
Catch y'all later.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right.